Hello and welcome. If you're here for the highlights reel of the ride up Mt St Helens, you're in luck. If you're here to see what happens at the end of the ride, check the description for the timestamp. Note all the green trees around us. Wait for it, up around this corner, and here we go. You'll see all these dead trees, just the stumps or, just dead trees sticking up. These have been dead here since the moment Mt St Helens erupted nearly 40 years ago. The lahar flow came through here, great big hot wind gust came through. In other areas you'll see them just completely plastered against the hillside still to this day from where they were blown flat by the blast wave that came off the mountain. But these here were just cooked alive, and they've stood there ever since. Enjoy some of these nice windy roads here. The road surface is in terrible shape. The roads were probably built in a rush 40 years ago and really haven't been maintained other than to keep them, travelable since, but travelable is a loose definition. Okay, now we're coming up around the corner where we're going to see the crater of Mt St Helens. So watch for it up above us. Here it is, there, right there in the horizon. That's the Mt St Helens crater. That mountain was way taller. It would have been sticking up way up to the skyline before it blew its top off 40 years ago. We'll go around a few more curves, enjoy some of this footage as that'll get bigger, and then we'll come up to the parking lot, which is the closest point you can get to enjoy the view. I think you used to be able to get a little bit closer, but about 20 years ago it started erupting again. It's rebuilding its dome inside that crater. At the very end of our ride, one of our riders developed a flat, so we were pulled over to fix their bike. I noticed some blackberry bushes on the side of the road, so I hopped off my bike and I was standing next to it at this point.
Oh my God. Well, I'm here again.
Kickstand just decided to fold up. One more time at 25% speed. I was away from the bike at this point, as I said. I'm, on the shoulder in the grass. And this big truck goes by. Well, not big, but there's a wake behind the truck, so about 5 seconds behind. Watch my bars now, they're shaking, they're wiggling a little bit. That was enough to upset the balance of the bike. The jiffy stand wasn't all the way down. Unfortunately, with a recluse clutch, even if it's in gear, because the centrifugal clutch isn't engaged when the engine's off, it can still roll. Once the jiffy stand starts to collapse, and the jiffy stand literally just pushes the bike over.